Testing. Alright. What's up, New York City? Those around us. Maya Bravo here. Bravo Brandon Y, Bravo Treason Y. Glow to you, we live with the lead. You know the vibes if you in New York City, and if you don't know, now you know. Feel me? So today we are here. Well, first of all, I am not here by myself. I'm here with a lovely selection of creators from our city, NYC. Everybody got different things going with themselves, and that's really what this podcast is all about. You guys are now tuned in to Bravo's Honored Roll Call podcast. You know, it's Bravo because it's a theater term. Bravo, it stands for applauding yourself and just making sure that you praise who you are and not let nobody tell you that you're not a vibe, because you are. And you know, we here today is Black History Month. You already know. You see the melanin popping right here. You see where we at. You see the surroundings. You know, we here with the Motown legends and different musical legends. You know, so it's different. It's really good vibes in this room right now. You know, so we just want to bring that energy and talk about topics that are relevant to our generations. You know, we got millennials here. We got what you see around you is what helps shape who you are. And, you know, we're just here to talk about a topic that, well, the general topic, the theme of today's episode is going to be, you know, more relative to what's going on right now. It's February, you already know, V-Day, Valentine's Day. So the theme is going to be on love, but it's not going to be just typically love. We got 6 topics that we're going to talk about, and we're going to see which of these 6 we're going to actually go into full depths on. We got the dice rolling on this. This is how we're going to pick the topics. So let me just pull them out. Let you see the 6 guys. But before we get into the dice, I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves.
I'm Khalil. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm a photographer. Get fly. That's the moral of the story for me.
Well, I'm MJ. I'm from Queens. I like to make videos and shit. Yeah, that's it. That's about it.
My name's Magic. Magic with the 9. Wear that out now.
Wait, who's
Oh, you're done.
So I'm Zaina. I'm from the Bronx, and I write, not write like music, but write like novels and shit like that.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I wish I could write.
It's all about the imagination.
Alright.
I'm Ava. I'm from Brooklyn, and I'm mostly a poet, but I do a couple things.
I'm Cassie. I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised, and I'm a content creator. I do like YouTube and shit.
So, you know, we got people from different interest groups, different, you know, day-to-days, you know, but everybody's passionate about what they're doing. So we have 6 topics that we're going to speak on. Wait, I'm good. Hold on. So there's 6 potential topics that we're going to discuss. I want to go over the list, and then we're going to get the dice rolling. Who wants to be the one to do the honors?
Come on, pass it.
Magic with the 9, that's it.
Let's get it.
Alright, so we're going to have to make some space.
Alright, wait. I'm about to do this. I got to roll right here, right? Type shit?
Yeah.
On the table? Alright.
Yeah. So let's just make a little clear way for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go over what the potential topics are. The first topic, potentially, is going to be love in the air or lottery. So,
hold on before we even, feel me? We roll these dice.
You ready?
Damn.
I ain't even try to break the table, but feel me? Like, that's how it be sometimes. Like, what we got here? What's this? I had boom. We got 7. So we got to roll again.
Nah, so how we doing it is
How we doing?
number 3.
Oh, each dice represents the topic.
Alright, 1, 3, 4.
1,
Yeah, but we ain't go through the topics.
I'm sorry.
He was too excited to roll the dice.
I was too excited to roll the dice. Like, my fault. Yeah, you take the dice. Thanks.
No,
hold on.
This is your purpose.
Scares us.
Ready.
It's too tempting.
So, topic 1, love in the air or lottery. Topic 2, opposites attracting and lasting. Topic 3, red flags. Topic 4, intimacy or romance. Topic 5, is love all it takes? And topic 6, who really ain't shit?
Ooh.
So, let's see. Imagine.
So I got 1, 3, or 4.
Now you gotta do it again.
Yeah.
You gotta do it all again.
Roll again.
Do a little gentler. I don't know if that's a word.
I got you.
It is
It's a word
now.
now.
Right? It makes
Mhm.
sense.
1, 5, 1. So we got 2 1s. So we gonna do 1.
Reroll one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright,
2.
1, 2, 5. Alright. So love in the air or lottery. Opposites attracting and lasting. And then the 5th one is love all it takes. So that's gonna be the 3 main topics. So I guess we're gonna order this to, keep it in sequence. So love in the air or lottery. Now, I personally don't know what the fuck is in the air because I didn't feel like it's love at all. I don't want to say that everybody's out here trying to like gain something from somebody, but they're not giving shit. So, I mean, what's left is someone leeching on somebody else, causing trauma, causing drama. Got somebody going back home to their mama, like
That's the one.
I really don't know what's going on with us, cause at the end of the day, like our moms, like they don't live their life, they got this stuff set up. Like we here trying to find that companion, or at least to know like if we gonna do this by ourselves or not. But it's like the people that's coming in people's path now, like they really don't seem to know what it takes to be in a 2-person relationship, or at least for it to, feel like nobody is taking advantage of somebody else. I feel like it's every man for himself, woman, but it's just wild. I don't know what you guys.
She hit us with a poetry moment.
Yeah, might as well start it off. So here's what I'm gonna say about that. I feel like it's a lack of trust in there. I think social media plays a part in everything, obviously, because it's so prominent. I think everybody just wants self-gratification because self-gratification just looks good. And nobody wants to sacrifice that. Like, I go on Twitter and I tweet a lot of stuff. I gotta actually read you this tweet out because, feel me? I had to really sit there and be like, hold on, give me like 2 seconds, I got you right now. That's how you know. That's how you know. It was some real shit. I was like, hold on. Boom, 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 boom. In today's dating world, your assets matter more than your character, which is why little to no one will compromise, even though relationships don't survive without compromise.
That part.
So let me go around the room and let's start that. Like, will you compromise?
I mean, it's needed in a relationship. You have to. Like, you can't just take 2 different people and just think that you about to be like,
It's not gonna be perfect.
It's not gonna be perfect. I think that's another thing too. Like people think it's gonna be perfect, and it's like you're literally coming together. Y'all blending y'all worlds. Like it's not gonna be perfect. Things are gonna happen in life.
Yeah, it's a lot of sacrifices you're gonna have to make for the person that you want to be with. But at the end of the day, like
Exactly.
it's like you're always gonna meet someone else who has something that you don't like about them. So it's either you know what I'm saying, and no,
Push through.
yeah, like. Can you accept that? Can you live with that? Do you really want to be with that
Like,
person?
do you love them enough that
Yeah, exactly.
really
Like,
matter?
does it really matter? You know what I'm saying? To the heart.
That's what I was saying with my friend yesterday. I was like, if your flaws are not really flaws to me, then it's like, all right, we here. But like, if your flaws bother me, I'm like, all right, we not here.
Everything
Like,
is
we
a
not gonna be
conversation. All it takes is communication. If you speak up, that's literally like You know what I'm saying?
But I think that's what a lot of people lack is like communication, because then they'll be like, oh, it'll change. We're never saying anything, never approaching it, never be like, hey, can we talk about this? And then it just continues to just go downhill.
Well,
But
not
it's like a
everybody's
conversation
communication can be the same. You know what I'm saying? People communicate in different ways, whether it be them writing it down or talking to you about it or even putting it somewhere in their notes. You know what I'm saying? It's just the bringing it to your attention part that we kind of got to work on. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a
People are
question.
very attentive to how they feel. What's up?
Can we really communicate? Can we really accept the truth?
I can.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I love the truth.
Seriously,
That
we
shit
can
turn
say
me
that
on.
now.
I ain't
I think
gonna
I
front.
Yeah.
The truth hurts.
That
Like,
shit is.
I'll tell you
I
right
love
now.
the truth. Hell yeah.
No,
I'll pull
I
up on.
can.
I'll pull up
I
on
can't
some
because you
people's
want to know
truth.
why? Because that's all I give.
You're
Like,
right.
I'm a very genuine person. I don't play that shit. Like that fake shit, it's enough for me though. My whole circle is a group of real bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't play that.
I wouldn't even say it's like fake. More so, I would think it's just like gaslighting and sugarcoating.
No, definitely, and
You know
I've
what I mean?
experienced it. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
So it's like, can you really be upfront with this person and be like, yo?
I feel like sometimes that's my problem. I'm a little too honest, and sometimes people can't just like they can't handle that shit low key. You know what I'm saying?
To me personally, that is like the same as asking, can you really receive love? Because to me personally, truth is love. Like if you have the guts and the urge, it's so uncomfortable to tell someone the truth. Like if you fuck with me enough to stay in that discomfort and not just be like, alright, I'm gonna head out and meet anybody else. Literally, like there's so many people. Like if you're willing to stay in that discomfort and be like, listen, this is what I need from you, and this is what, if you can change, I would like to change both for me and for you to make this a more comfortable situation. Like that's like, you fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And the real question is like, can you receive love?
That's a fact.
For what it really is. Like love is painted in this way that it's like that's so half-baked, like, and we expect that and only that, but nobody's ready for what vulnerability like actually asks of you.
So second topic, opposites attracting and lasting. I feel like that topic is pretty self-explanatory. Like, you know, everybody hear that opposites attract. But I don't know, do you think that you really are destined for somebody who is like nothing like you?
I think that's a movie thing.
Yeah, I feel like it could work as long as you're willing to compromise. Again, bringing up compromise. Like in any relationship, you're gonna have to compromise. So it's like opposites can attract, and you can make it last if you're willing to put in the work and not just give up.
But how many times did that really happen to y'all?
One.
I ain't gonna lie,
And it was the
I'm
longest
with people who I'm pretty
relationship I've ever
compatible with,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
I like it personally. I personally like it.
You like that spicy shit? See, I told you it was toxic. I knew it. I knew it.
I would like some variety. I don't want to just like. I would like somebody that's just like me too, but like I would like
little
to have
different.
somebody that's just like, oh, you doing this? I like that. I could do this too, and you can do this, so I can put you on. You can put me on.
But when I think opposites attract, I think a completely different person.
Yeah, it's not like that. That's like,
Because it's
yeah,
like
just putting
we
each other
all,
onto
like,
you, so.
I'm not going to get in no relationship with somebody who don't have the same morals or
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
social
You're right.
understandings and things like that. You know, it's like, yeah, you do other things. Like, you have other hobbies and shit like that. That's cool. But, like, you want a totally different life from what I want. Like, I want to live in a fucking condo. You want to live on a farm. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, like you want kids, they don't
And I
want no
want
kids type
kids.
shit, like
Yeah.
opposites, like I feel like that's a movie.
I have a question. I have a follow-up
You
question.
see, like,
Oh, that kind of shit. Yeah.
that's like
yeah, it's not going to work.
Okay, so like, how do y'all feel about dating people that's like completely outside of like how you guys grew up yourselves? Like,
I feel like it's hard because it's like me. I relate to a lot of people because I've been through a lot of shit, like a lot of shit in my life. So it's kind of one of those things. Honestly, never mind. I forgot what I was saying.
that's the how
It was
It was going.
And bro, I'm so high. This happened to me like 3 times that I've spoken already. Next time, just shut the fuck up. Because bro, I'm so high. I'm like, yeah, I got this. Who's my train of thought?
Shit.
Would you prefer somebody who grew up a
Okay, yes. I feel like it's hard to relate on certain shit because it's like, that's how I connect with people. Like talking about shit and relating to shit, growing up a certain way, like going through all this stuff similarly, like family-wise, life-wise, just shit like that. And it's kind of just like when someone comes from a completely different background, it's kind of just like, yeah, you're cool and like, I like you as a person, but what can we really relate on? Like, you've never experienced what I've experienced. I've never experienced what you experience, and it's like, I will never know what that's like, and you will never know what that's like. So it's like, I can try my best to understand, but I'll never get it. Like, I'll never.
And
understand.
do you feel like that's a deal breaker for you?
No, because I feel like you can make it work, but it's kind of just like, it depends how different.
Severe.
Yeah,
Okay.
how different it is.
So, question. So, for the people that do have the opposite attract mentality, where do you think the connection comes from?
Personally,
damn.
because I'm kind of like, if ever there's like confusion, misunderstanding, or conflict, I'm like, I'm kind of like the spiritual person, so it's like, what am I being called to understand? And
I love that.
when you keep attracting your opposite, in my head, it's like a call to drop control and judgment. And also embrace a part of yourself that wasn't allowed to exist in the way that you grew up.
Damn.
Type shit.
Intensive.
Take another one. Just cuss
Shit, I
like.
think I need to refill that.
You know what? I want to add to that because it's like, if you have this person, it's like you said, what am I being taught right now? Like,
I mean, everything is a life lesson, right?
Everything
No,
is
for sure.
Everything is a life lesson. We go through this shit for a reason, right? We love this shit.
no else lessons. You know what I mean?
Okay?
Shit me?
I like that.
Yeah. Right.
Hell's lessons.
I was thinking about that too, cause like even just like in my opinion, right? Why I think the opposite attract would work. I feel like we're built up between three connections: physical, mental, emotional.
and spiritual.
I believe in spirituality in a way where you connect all three of those before that. Like if you're really intertwined in those three, then your spirits can really connect. I really don't feel like you can connect your spirit with everybody.
You can.
I don't feel like just anybody can connect with your spirit. I feel like you need to be entwined with that person. You gotta really,
No, that's a fact.
you feel me?
No, that's a fact.
I feel like if I meet a stranger and I've known a person for like 2 months,
I don't think you
know what I
have
mean?
to. I don't think you have to be able to even harness energy as strongly as you think you would need to connect with someone spiritually if they can. At the end, and especially me personally, if you're dealing with women or a feminine, like they know how to harness their shit. They trying to connect with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be on that shit.
I was gonna say it's harder. Like if you like men, it's harder to connect with them on that level because a lot of men. I don't mean a lot of spiritual men, like heterosexual men. It's like, oof, I don't know.
What do you mean spiritual?
Like in a way where they're like, you know, they like women, like you were saying, like we're more
into
like in tune, that intuition, that where men are just like more logical and they're being like, you know, what they can see, what's tangible, like, and it's like they just don't just go with the flow, like relax, simmer down, like
Yeah.
simmer down.
Yeah.
Come on, let the
I
earth
feel
flow.
like there are spiritual men,
there is.
especially like Caribbean, African men, like they be spiritual and they I mean, and I think what they would call discipline is what you kind of like want them to loosen up on. They are definitely like, I think they have their own type of discipline. But I think they're definitely spiritual. You know.
Can I give you my perspective on spirituality?
Yeah.
So, with those connections I was talking about, right, the mental, physical, and emotional, I feel like in my lifetime, how many people have I really connected with spiritually? Like, what is a real spiritual feeling that you feel with somebody? Because I feel like I felt it before, but it's like I can only get that with a few people.
I think I feel like it's not even over. What we really do is like undermine what is already going on. Like to me, what media did was like separate spirituality from humanity by calling it magic and saying that it doesn't really exist.
It does though.
But it does,
It does.
right?
Yeah, it does.
Right? But we think it's this thing, right, that they've like drawn up. When really, I believe, the magic is what's already going on. Like the way that we exist, the fact that we exist, like how intricate our existence is the magic. You're like, if you can't see that and be like, oh, like this shit is crazy, bruh. This shit is built by like tiny little particles. Like I can't even see. That's the magic.
Nah, that's not
That's it.
trippy.
That's crazy.
That's it.
That's
And,
trippy as fuck.
we're just so used to it, and it's just been like called like humanity, normal, like life. You know, so much that we don't see it.
But that's what they trying to keep away from us, though. Like, they know that shit. They know, but that's what they want to keep from us. They don't want everybody to find their magic. How the hell did we get to this? Like,
I mean, honestly, I feel like the best way to learning your magic is to learn your higher self.
Bro, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
To learn your higher self.
Wait, so can you be with somebody who is not at their higher self?
No, I mean you can. You definitely can, because at the end of the day, people bring out different things in other people. You know
What would
I'm
it
saying?
last?
It depends on the situation, honestly. It depends. Like, what are the cons of the relationship? Like,
Well, you guys just said the cons earlier, like
Not
the
really.
morals and like.
yeah, but there's more to it.
So,
Like personally, I fuck with a vegan shorty. I ain't vegan though.
You said vegan?
I compromise. It ain't an issue. I eat some good vegan food
That's
in my
a real
town.
thing.
Me too.
That's a real
Right.
compromise.
Me too.
But I ain't gonna lie, you bring like a lobster that's made out of something else. Nah.
What you mean?
But you gotta try
a
it. I'm not
jackfruit
gonna lie.
lobster.
You vegan? Oh, okay.
Take fire though. Like
But a lot of food is fire though. Like it's not a problem. You know what I mean? Like certain things I'm
So
not
are
willing to.
we all foodies? Do we like food?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Okay.
So, I guess what we're saying is, like, as long as you're open-minded, like, and you're not shutting down.
And I feel like going back to what she said, like, yeah, you could be with someone who's not at the higher self yet. That person can always grow as well. Like, you can always push that person to grow and be their higher self. And it's like, help them become the like person they're supposed to be.
Okay.
So it's like, I feel like it could definitely work if they're willing to grow and you're willing to help them grow. And with everything that
To an
entails.
extent.
You see me? I'm like, hold on. But
Yes.
No. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh.
Keyword willing. Do they have the space and capacity? And like, you're also not inherently responsible, despite the fact that you might love somebody for like their growth. So if it does like interact with you in a way that isn't beneficial or valid, to like drop it.
And, you know, the opposites can attract, but it gotta be something. I feel like it gotta be something real. You just something that person does for you.
that feels right.
It just feels right.
It feels right, honestly.
It's weird. I don't get it.
It is weird and it's crazy. It's like, fuck is you doing? Simulation?
Simulation.
It's okay. You're not supposed to get it. It's okay. It's just, you know.
It's a feeling.
Supposed to
It's
just
a, yeah, 100%.
So, alright guys. So I think I'm ready to wrap up this topic that went into other topics.
Yeah, that's a
You know, when the vibes is there, like, you know, like it's authentic, so yeah, listening anyways or whatever. Do you think life teaches you love, or do you think love teaches you life? Girl.
Damn.
Huh.
I'm gonna somebody else start this off.
Love teaches you life, or life teaches you love.
I
Yes.
think life teaches you love. Because, you know, like sometimes people say if a loved one passed, you won't like really know how much they really genuinely meant to you until like they're gone. You can't pick up that phone no more and call them. You can't text them nor like no more. It's like, damn, that person was like, I really like love them for sure. Like, it's through life you start to appreciate like the smaller things like faster, you know.
I want to say it's both.
I was gonna say that too.
Because like you said, adding to like losing somebody, the process of like getting back to semi-normal place is like you gain so much compassion and like so much for other people.
Yeah.
Because it's like you realize we all going through shit. Like we
That's
all
what-
gonna experience loss in our life. We all gonna, so you gain some compassion. So I would say life definitely teaches you love, but also love teaches. I wouldn't even call it love. I mean, if you're gonna call it love, it depends on your situation. But love definitely teaches you. Because I've been in one relationship my entire 28 years. Because I took relationships seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, no games to be played.
Pressure.
And it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me a lot about what I was accepting, what I was willing to do, and all those things.
Is that before or after?
After.
Okay.
I want to say a little during too.
Okay.
But you know, like she said, it takes you a while to get out of certain situations. Like
Girl, the in denial be real.
you really gotta gain the confidence to get out of some relationships. Like, but love definitely teaches you love too.
So when I hear
If you do the work.
love teaches you life and life teaches you love, I'm thinking, all right, so when life teaches you love, I think those are the people with the most empathy. Those are the people that have the most perspective and understanding. Like, because if life is teaching you love, that means that you have been through trials and tribulations, which is a given. You know, we're human. You know what I mean? When I hear love teaches you life, I'm thinking in my head those types of people have like a certain perspective. Because when I'm thinking love teaches you life, that can either bring you to a good place, or that can bring you to a place where you're like, you know, kind of entitled, kind of,
Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So like in our upbringing matters so much. It builds who we are. So, you know, we have some parents out here, they teach their kids, they want to put their kids on the pedestal, and that's fine, but you also got to teach your people and your kids, like, this is real life too. It's not all about you. And I think a lot of parents didn't really teach their children that it's not all about you all the time. So then my question now is like, how would you raise your child? Would you really put your child on that pedestal, spoil them to that point because they love your child, or would you be, you know, be real about it? It's a tough thing to think about because I'm not a parent. I don't know if anybody is a parent, but like,
I'm a fur parent. But I feel like as far as children goes, I definitely want to be very upfront with my children. I feel like this life has so much going on. Like this world is just doing too fucking much. And just my child simply going out into the world is a sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, that I could possibly have done. But that's why I feel like being upfront is the best thing to do. Like even when they're young. They gonna have questions, you feel me? Like, but if you set that standard with your child to be open, I would hope that you reciprocate that same energy back. Like, at the end of the day, we not always gonna be the cool parents. But what we can be is honest and upfront and real about it and tell them what the fuck is going on outside. You know what I'm saying? It's too much.
we should. What y'all think?
I'm kind of grateful that my mom was like that with me, because growing up, my mom was a single mom, and I was the only one that lived with my mom.
Same.
And my younger brother was born when I was 6 years old. My mom, when I was like 7, 8, taking care of the baby. Like, I had an older brother, but stayed on the video games all day. So literally, like, I was changing this baby's diapers, cooking for the first time in my life, taking care of this kid because my mom's at work. She has to provide. Like, I had no choice but to grow up. And it's like, my mom's been so honest with me throughout my life. I've become such like you know what I mean? Like I've understand a lot because my mom's been through a lot in her life, and she's opened up to me, told me about all of that, and always kept it real with me growing up. Like never lied to me, never tried to sugarcoat anything, because she was like, this isn't how the world is gonna be. Like you gotta prepare. Like
that's a fucking
shit isn't always sweet.
Your mom is the shit for that.
I love her. Absolutely. I love that woman.
And God bless her.
She went through so much.
Shout out to
For
Mom
real.
Dukes. There you go. Dukes.
So we're gonna get into the last week, which is love all it takes?
No.
No, what it takes is to love yourself. I mean, in a way, yes, though. In a way, yes. Loving yourself is the main priority, you know what I'm saying? Besides who you believe in. Like, obviously, you're going to put them first.
If love is all it takes, I think about it like in a relationship way, and it's kind of just like, you could love someone and it could just not work out. No matter how hard you try, you could love that person so hard, and for some reason it just never works out. So it's like, I feel like it takes a lot more than love. It takes communication, it takes trust, it takes being vulnerable, it takes so much more than love. It takes time, effort. There's gonna be arguments and fights.
I don't call them arguments. I call them conversations.
Well, okay, yeah, conversations.
But I get what you're saying 100%.
Can you love them and the sex be trash?
So I'm not gonna lie, I just popped out of a almost 3 year relationship where honestly the sex was caca. Not even the sex, it just wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Would you try to tell him though, like, and be honest with him about it?
Do you hear me on this podcast? I am very honest. Trust and believe. I have been, I was, and shit ain't work out.
For 3 years, that's rough.
Almost.
I was gonna say you a trooper.
That is.
Yeah.
Almost. But I was catfish, low key, because in the beginning it was very deceiving. And I just, not to say like lovebird era. I'm talking like 6 months in, like for real. Because niggas ain't just jumping to shit. Like I talked to Shorty beforehand. I felt Shorty out because I had just came out of another relationship. And that's another thing. Like you said, to hop on what you said from the first time. That in the out relationship shit, you don't get to learn yourself completely. You don't get to understand yourself completely.
And it's like once you get the chance to do that, bro, life is so much better. I love every day now. Because it's kind of just like,
I'm still working on
myself.
that.
I'm here for myself.
But I love that for you.
You gonna get there though.
I love that for you, sis. Like, the tattoos is definitely giving.
Thank you.
Damn.
But I would consider those things like communication and all that stuff. I would consider that love. Yeah. Like if you're not giving me any of that, then it's not love. Absolutely not.
That's the argument in my head with this question. Is like, is it that you love somebody and you can't make it work, or is it that? But sometimes it really is that. I don't know. But there are, I think, situations where the perspective is like, is this really love if you can't make it work? Like, if you're not willing to have a certain perspective and make certain compromises. But now that I see it, it's like, nah, like.
Turns out, I'm not gonna lie. I never got the person to be talk. I just always was like here with things that like I kind of already like knew the vibes. But I just feel like even still like that's always what you're being prepared for, like how to be for somebody else. But nobody really teaches you how to be for you. Nobody teaches you how to love your skin, love who you are.
That's the journey.
How to be able to really like. I feel like some people are not open to criticism and aren't open to taking accountability if they were never in a place where they had to ever take that. So like, if you get to a big ass age and you ain't never had nobody tell you like you're wrong and this and that, and then somebody tell you, then like I just feel like the reaction, like that's how a lot of like situations become like a clashing situation because like somebody just, I guess, is less experienced in a way. I guess you want to say it. I don't know, but is that like really what it could be called? That like I don't know. Like it's not your fault, but
I feel like you should have the capacity to look in the mirror and be like you wrong yourself. I don't feel like you should even have nobody look at you and tell you like what you're doing. I feel like if you understand where you want to be in life, not just where you want to be in life, your relationship with people in general. sometimes you gotta just sit down and be like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? And a lot of times, how often do we do that? It's a harsh reality to do that too. When you gotta sit down with yourself and be like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? But you gotta do that before anybody can ever tell you bugging.
Yeah.
For real, like. So that's my thing.
That's another thing. It's hard to have that conversation with yourself.
Nobody wants to be the bad guy.
Yeah,
Like,
not at all.
why would I want to be the villain
Not
in
at
my own
all.
story? That makes
And
sense.
you know, I don't know how many of us have had closure, but closure is not a fucking thing. It's not. Let it go, for girl.
Damn.
I'm sorry, it's the truth. It's the harsh truth.
So
but
you think there's a difference between letting you go and coaching?
I do, but I feel like some people are okay with keeping certain people in their life for whatever reason.
Spin the block.
I guess so. You tell me, Mr. Toxic.
What is this toxic?
What we talking
What
about?
are you talking about?
I'm joking. I'm joking with you. I'm joking with you.
But
Nah.
let's just spin the block.
That was real.
I don't do that. I don't spin the block. Mm-mm.
That was real.
I mean,
We don't do
the
that.
reality of the situation is spinning the block is a
Thank you. Thank you.
listen. We ain't gonna talk about no sneaky links today.
Oh,
No. But yeah, it's so crazy with the dating landscape, you know? Like, it's just so much to think about. And it all just comes back down to the trust. Like, we collectively, like, amongst one another, don't really trust one another. And it's a lot of factors for that. Cheating is a big thing. I think people's perspective of cheating is kind of skewed. I think we have a lot of finger pointing in that area.
Okay.
And in my opinion, why are we pointing fingers at one another for cheating? If both genders are cheating, or both partners are like, you know what I mean? Like, when I hear like women say like, oh, men be cheating a lot, or even vice versa, men be like, oh, she be cheating too. Why the fuck are we arguing about who cheats more? And if I, alright, example, let's say I body somebody, right? And another person yeah,
I'm sorry, the little face had me crying. Okay.
We ain't bodying nobody for real. For me, it's just an example, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But like, I body somebody, nigga right here body like 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
We both murderers, right? So why? So like, when I'm gonna come to the court and be like, yo, he killed more niggas than me.
right.
That don't make no sense. Like, we both committed. We're both treason. Cheating is like dishonesty, no matter what. And then we make up these scenarios. Oh, men cheat for this reason. Women cheat for this reason. Why is that a discussion? What are we talking about?
I know what you mean.
No, for sure. When you make that
You know?
example, it's like, okay.
I mean, if you think about, for me personally, I only kind of agree with that because I think of gender as like a mind box that doesn't need to exist if you don't want it to. Like, so when you're talking about why men cheat versus why women cheat, to me it's like we could just ask why humans cheat. Why do people cheat?
I mean, why
You
do
feel me?
you cheat?
Why you
Like,
cheating?
Why you saying? Because why you cheating?
I mean,
That's why
Oh, I cheated.
we about to get
They
into
cheated.
cheating because I got some cheating. I mean, I did some cheating. It's
But wait,
You go. So let me ask you.
Wait,
My fault. Back.
ah.
I'm sorry. Alright, so cheating, right?
Oh, Lord.
Do you feel that you can really be in love with somebody if you're cheating on somebody? Like, can you really tell somebody?
Oh, that's
Oh,
insane.
damn, I didn't
No.
get to
Because
that.
if you're in love, you wouldn't cheat.
That's insane.
Word.
It's like honestly, why
Nah, but
cheat?
what
if
is
you
in
have,
love?
if you feel
Oh.
like you need to cheat, just break up.
We done.
What
Like,
is in
what's-
love though? Explain.
Like,
What's the difference
what do you mean?
between loving and being in love?
Well, I mean, loving, but
Okay, I'm sorry, MJ. I don't want you to lose your thought, but really quick, raise your hands. How many people could really honestly, truly say that they have been in love?
it's the same thing going back to what you guys were saying before. Like, if you just feel it, you feel it. Like, you know if you know. It's like, I don't know, it's just a feeling of like, I would do, like, I can love someone, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna do like you know what I mean? But it's like, if I know, I'll even put myself in an uncomfortable place that I don't like being in, and I'm willing to do stuff that I've hated doing for you. I know that I'm in love with you because no matter what, like, I want to be there for you. Like, I want to experience these things because it's with you. I want to better you. I want us to better each other. So it's like, I feel like that's what in love is like when you know no matter what, that's your person. No matter what. I feel like that's in love.
That was a dope way to put it.
Thank you. I try not to. Because I've been losing my train of thought all night. So that's like
Girl, you good now. You good now. Girl. Yes.
I was too high before.
Shit, I need some Henny for that. Woo. Sheesh.
Listen, man. Yo, don't even cheat. You wanna slide on something else?
Just break up. It's not that hard to break up.
I always say just have a conversation. Like, you feel like you about to do this? All right, let me know, and then we can make a decision from here.
It's crazy
Like,
that you said that. I always told my partners, like, before you cheat on me.
just tell me. Like, but that's the thing. They don't want to tell you because then they're gonna lose you, and then, you know.
So, that goes back into the lottery.
Exactly.
So.
Listen, man.
I wish that people would just be honest from the beginning about what type of life they want to live. Like, you know, be on to this.
And I think that's not, I don't think that's the problem though. I feel like the problem is people change. Honestly speaking, people change. People can say one thing and act on another thing. You know what I'm saying? You can have that conversation. That conversation can go amazingly. But can that person follow through?
I think it's two problems.
I feel like it's
problems.
like expectations.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it is.
definitely.
It is. It really is.
Because I thought about that. Like, I was reading something yesterday where the guy, like, his woman had a baby, and then after that, you know, he just started acting weird afterwards. And it's like, that's where my fear of commitment comes in. It's like, you're gonna leave me when I have a fucking child in this world, like something complicated. And it's like, you're gonna leave because she can't do things for you in a way that, you know, she did before. She's a mom. She's a whole new person. And like you said, we're all gonna change. Different stages in our life are gonna change. Death is gonna change you. Birth is gonna change you. A new job is gonna change you. Everything is gonna change you. And you're gonna leave me for this, something of yours that you also contributed with. Like, that's crazy to me that people just leave you at the drop of a dime. Like, it's crazy.
It wasn't a process thing, like it just happened.
It just happened. It's
Okay,
like, oh, because
that's fucked up.
because, you know, of course you gotta wait the six measly ass fucking weeks. Like, and you can't wait for that.
So like were they having problems when she found out she was having a baby, or like how did that go?
Well, it don't give a backstory. The story didn't give a backstory.
Because I typically, like, in my head, I hear that, I'm like, he probably didn't know that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Damn, really, y'all?
Damn.
Shit! Tell us the tea. That go crazy.
And then, you know.
Nah, but
I
it
ain't
could
gonna
be
hold
like
you.
that.
This is a safe space. If you feel like you don't want this baby, then I'm getting rid of the baby.
But it's not
But-
like that in every relationship.
And I support that decision, because if that's what you have decided, then bitch, go ahead and go
Because to
do it,
me,
you know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
see having children without the, like, for me, the whole family dynamic. If we're not gonna do this whole family dynamic, then I'm not having a child with you. Like, now, if the child is already here and some shit happens, then I'd rather just, and you're not gonna do what you're gonna do, then I'd rather just be a single mom and just do what I have to do. But, like, if you're showing me signs before, oh, hell no.
I feel like I grew up in Brooklyn, and you just got like, y'all be putting too much on people. Sound like,
Really?
bro, homie ain't want that baby for real, like, for real, homie. ain't
Damn,
want that
when you
baby.
said too much, I wasn't even thinking about the baby. Shit.
Like,
I want that baby in
like,
there.
he ain't want that. I'm like,
And
sometimes y'all really gotta know who y'all really with. Like,
That's a fact.
you gotta know who you really with.
Yeah, stop having sex
You-
without condoms.
You see the signs, like,
I don't have sex with men. I'm just saying.
the signs don't come randomly.
My friends, they tell me stories, boy.
That's why.
And
I'm
now
gonna see some condoms, Maya.
yo, extra.
Wow, I know
too,
watch a
so
lot of
like,
things, but goddamn, y'all want me to get into the pharmaceutical? I mean, shit. Guess I'm about to change my tagline. Instead of applaud you, applaud that ass.
put that on the back of the condom.
I support that.
Listen, What was the topic again? I had something to say too, and I said that condom shit. Now I forgot. See, I'm smacked too. Damn, what was you saying?
Oh, it's like
That's just
expectations,
like
like homie with the baby.
Mm-hmm.
The baby
The
word.
baby.
I've seen that situation play out on multiple occasions. Man.
With your friends?
Yeah, like it's not even my friends, it's people, like stories I hear,
Oh, okay.
stuff like that. And like the man, like when you have that conversation and you say you don't want to have this baby, and she says, no, we're having this baby. Resentment builds up.
No, it does, and that's
No.
it affects the child at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It sucks.
No.
It does.
So,
Love
like,
sometimes sucks. That shit is crazy. Even when there is a child in the middle of it. You know, and I'm not gonna put a gender on it because people fucking suck. People are weird. People suck. You know what I'm saying? In general, I've seen lesbians walk out on a fucking baby. Come on now, like let's really talk about it.
I know
It goes
some
both
fathers,
ways.
like-
It really does. It really does. That shit is an emotional connection at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? In general.
I knew somebody who
it's tough.
his baby mother didn't want the family life, and she just left.
And that's the thing. That's why I say people change. Because you could have a whole fucking life story with this person. I'm talking farms and all that. And shit just can change in a second, you know? All of a sudden, they're not attracted to you. They don't want you no more.
Yeah, that's
It really be like that.
God damn.
Then what was it? It was a moment in life. Shit. What the fuck else can it be?
That's not love though.
Nah, it's not. You're right.
That's what we're trying to
It's like,
say.
you're right. Yeah,
that's
you're
what
right.
we're trying to say.
If
Like,
you're at a point
That shit is
where,
not love.
yeah.
that's
shit is not
exactly what we're saying.
But it's fucked up because like you have a child.
100%.
There's a foresight in
It
people
is,
to
but not
understand
everybody
that.
thinks like us. That's why we the shit and they not.
At that point, like, I mean, obviously it remains the mother's decision, but she has to be able to adjust her expectations on how much somebody else is about to contribute.
That too, yes. But that fucking sucks that it falls on women all the time.
I have a
Every
question though.
time.
Everyone that's been in love, have you fallen out of love?
Yeah, 100%.
So what happens if one person is falling out of love? Even though they haven't.
Communicate that. What you mean?
I mean that's true, but like sometimes like even communicating, that's not gonna stop the person from falling out of love. If they're not feeling it, they're not feeling it. But it's like,
That's
do you
really
sacrifice your mental health? Like I
No.
personally, like I love
Yeah.
this person as a person, but I'm not in love anymore.
I've done it before and the answer's always gonna be no. Hell no. Don't sacrifice shit.
Exactly. So that brings me back to like, is it wrong if they decide that's not like they can love you but from a distance? Like this is not what they want anymore. Is that wrong?
I feel like if that's a conversation that y'all both agree on, what's the problem?
That's true. But I
Honestly
meant like
speaking.
the staying together part.
You mean like as far like what you mean? Like you want your own space and you want to be with somebody?
Okay, we were talking about people changing.
Yes.
People changing and how sometimes like they just up and leave. People change every day. So when you're falling out of love and becoming a different person because you love this person but you're not in love with this person and you're falling out of love, is it wrong if they leave? Even the communication. Because you know it's like
I think
you see that in a wrong way, like, oh, how are you just gonna have a family with this person, a life with this person,
Yes.
and then just leave? But sometimes it's like they have to choose themselves over making
like
someone else
standing in the
happy.
other person's shoes, you saying.
Yeah.
I think it's the way they go about it though.
Yes.
Yes,
Like,
definitely.
because somebody could, you know, have me thinking that we going 10 toes, but then we decide like, all right, you know what, like, I feel like where I'm at in life now, like we're going separate ways, or at least to me. Like I don't mean to, but it's, I feel and I don't want to hold you back, so it is what it is. But if you know, try to play and act as if, you know, you're still madly in love and you try to put on a social radar as if you're this person who you're really not, and you keep trying to repaint yourself, not even me repainting you, but you repainting yourself, then that's like, that's different. It's not cool. Because then I feel like that's again, like a lot of people trying to use me and milk me, and that's not cool.
And when people do that, it's always for selfish reasons.
Mhm.
It's never because
So-
it's about them.
So dealing with that, so do we feel like society is selfish now? Like, do you really feel like people now
Low-key.
do you think it's impossible now to like really
Push everything in somebody.
exactly?
I wouldn't say it's impossible.
I would just say it's harder than it
Yeah.
used to be. Like I want to say it's impossible. It's just hard because it's like you go through all these things in life, and like some people have bad trust issues. It's like, but that's where I also always say like you can't blame the next person for what your ex did to you. You can hurt and you can go through that hurt and heal on your own, but that next person didn't do shit to you. They didn't hurt you. They didn't give you any reason not to trust them. So it's like, for you to project and take out your anger on this person who's just trying to help you and love you, they didn't do anything to you yet, or, you know, like, hopefully not at all, but like, they didn't do anything to you, they shouldn't be blamed. Even though, like, yeah, you gotta work through it, but you shouldn't even get into another relationship till you work through that on your own. Because then it goes back to, do you really love yourself, or are you just like jumping in and out of relationships? Like, I've been through it, you've been through it. It's not fun, but it's like once you finally come out and it's like you start learning, it's like, okay, like being on my own.
I feel like you gotta give a lot of credit to the generation though, because a lot of us been through like, I guess, traumatic stuff, and you know, like everyone's kind of trying to work on themselves. Like everyone I see always posting like trying to get themselves better. Everyone kind of like either like reading now, journaling. Everyone just kind of like doing their own thing, like trying to better themselves, because whatever their parents did, past traumas, everyone's just trying to better themselves right now. So
like, it's that saying, you could sit and cry, or you can turn it into something and like better yourself.
So
Or you can sit and make excuses all day. It's really up to you.
I'm sorry.
What?
I don't want to interrupt you.
No, yeah, go ahead.
The reason I was laughing is because I'm not gonna hold you like. I worked at this Petco job, and my employees were a little bit older than me, and I just felt like I was in middle school, and I was so surprised. Like, I was like, what's going on here? Like, just like employees coming in. I was a dog groomer, so they were coming to the grooming room just to talk shit about like random people, customers, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I understand this, but like this is such an energy of like judgment to make yourself feel better. And I didn't like that energy type shit. Like, everyone's kind of giving into this, like, especially on social media, giving into this, like, chit-chat, like, picking at people and the way that they live and the way that they choose. Like, because, like, I don't know, like, they want to appease this, like, authority that really only exists in their own mind.
I be saying the same shit for real. Like, it's crazy how people get caught up in social media. Like, that shit is not free. Like,
No, bro, all that social media shit is fake. Cause like everybody, no matter what people post on social media, everybody goes through the same shit. It's like everybody has the same, like, that shit is fake.
That's a fact, but not my YouTube channel. My shit real. That's what I gotta say. Okay. My shit real. I keep it a buck. Y'all wanna laugh? Come to my channel. Let me stop.
I think social media is built around what resonates with us. I think that's what it really is. I think when it comes to like social media being real, we have people that put up fronts and you could change your entire identity. You could literally make an entire fake account of somebody and pose as somebody else. That's what I think about when I think is social media is not real life. But in terms of things you posted and things that you like and things of that nature, it's resonating.
But it's like influencers and shit. Like people who have a lot of followers and who a lot of people see and like follow their shit and look at their content. And it's like, they're not really living that life. Like you see the lavish living and all that. They go through the same shit as us. They like, and it's like to build your life, to model this one person, that's not even their real life. That's just what they want to show you.
Yeah, it's like
I feel like it's
using
toxic.
social media, or are you letting social media use you?
Yeah.
Like,
And that's exactly why I say I post for myself. Because if it's one thing, I'm going to watch my motherfucking self. I'm going to go back and I'm going to have stuff to watch. Best believe that. I'm going to be like, look kids, watch my shit. I was funny as fuck.
People put like celebrities on a pedestal.
Nah, they do.
We all the same people. They
Hell
little
yeah.
more money though.
Right? There's shit
I
going
don't know how
on.
people be keeping up with celebrities. Like, oh,
It's getting a little more
they be
money.
knowing what they was, where they was at, what they was doing.
That
They
shit
be knowing
is weird.
conversations.
It's weird.
I mean, like, you know them for real. They
Too
know,
invested.
oh,
It's weird.
Yeah,
I
it's
always thought like gossip sites and paparazzi was weird. Like you're following
real.
people for what? Like what the hell? Like this is so weird. Like you're so invested in these people's life. Like
Yeah.
But what about the niggas that don't make bread?
Exactly.
They
Because
try to make bread.
I know you got a few of your men who telling you like bad shit about celebrities or some shit. You like, bro, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
it's not my life. Like, you just with your friends cooling.
I mean, I fuck with movies though. I fuck with some movies and some TV shows, but I don't really care too much about the celebrities. You know what I'm saying?
Like she said, like
separate.
they can literally be posting all this stuff and they be dead broke. Like
That's
all
the
these
thing.
pictures
All that
in
should
the
be a
magazine
facade.
be dead broke.
Honestly.
Like,
And it's like not to like to bring up celebrity news because we all know about it, but that's the only reason why I'm bringing it up. Like, how long were Kim Kardashian and Kanye West together? Posting like they were happy on social media. That shit was horrible. That shit was horrible for
we
life.
should have known because, you know,
And it's like it's what they want to show you. They show you what they want to show you, and it's like all this shit doesn't come out. The bad shit doesn't come out till like after they're done, obviously. But it's like that's the shit that didn't hit social media that you didn't see. That they're going through real life problems that everybody goes through. Like.
Okay, so I feel like we've covered all of these topics. Definitely got a lot more that can be said on it. But for now, we're going to conclude this episode. I just want to thank everybody who was here in attendance today. Thank you so much. You know, we just giving you the perspective from, you know, the creative perspective on these topics. And guys, really taking what we saying, you know, and nobody trying to steer you wrong. Like, some of us, you know, you might be able to relate to an age. Some of us, you may be able to relate to an experience. But just know all things being set out to help you raise your vibrations. So I'm gonna end it off with that. Anybody wanna leave it with like the last words, Magic? I'm pretty sure you got something to say real quick. Take us home.
Listen, man, there's a lot of fake love in the air. There's a lot of real love in the air. Make sure you get the real love, you know what I mean? That's all I can say about that. If you ain't got no Valentine, it's okay. It's love in the air, no matter what, man. It's love in the air. So
You gotta tell people love themselves.
love yourself. It's love in the air.
Love yourself.
Right. I'm gonna just leave it off with this. Applaud you. Applaud others. Applaud love. Applaud opportunities. YOLO. You only live once. Bravo. We out here.